Good evening and welcome back, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, I am Darkside Dave of the Cave here, bringing you all the action from the track here tonight in the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Championship Night. That's right, we're going to see who can put this thing in victory lane on New Year's Eve, and which one of these rising stars is going to walk away with the championship here tonight. 75 laps around Hot Atlanta. We'll see who can get the job done here tonight in the RST Timber Works 150. These drivers set to put these K&N machines around this track. And it's going to be a little rough on the grip. I see a lot of drivers out there getting a little bit sideways. As of right now, coming out of turn 2 seems to be the real trouble spot. But we'll see who can tame that and who can take the speed from happy hour into qualifying. And then translate that over into a good night on the racetracks. Thanks for joining us here tonight, race fans. How you doing? How you feeling? Hope you all had a great Christmas, a wonderful holiday. We've still got one more holiday coming up here in the next few days, so do want to keep in mind, stay safe, stay loved, keep doing what you're doing, stay out of the way of all the bad things. You know what I mean? Well, with all that being said, looks like a few of the drivers have hopped out of their cars, so let's see if we can't catch a word in here with one of these drivers vying for the championship here tonight. Just a few points separate your top two drivers coming into tonight's race. Charles sitting just 8 points behind Justin Gross. And we'll see if we can't catch in and have a few words with the driver of that 96 machine. Charles Gettings, is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Going good, going good. How you doing? How you feeling? How's the car out there on track for you?
Man, the car is feeling good. On the other hand, the nerves are shaking a little bit. You know, pressure's on, but I'm feeling it. I'm ready to go. I love pressure.
Well, looking back through some of the season stats here, you visited victory lane 3 times so far this year, but the big thing that sticks out at me is the consistency. 11 top 10s, 9 top 5s. Was that the key to getting you to this point here tonight? Just sitting 8 points behind the leader, and it's right there. You can grab it.
I do think the consistency is definitely what got me there. I always push from lap 1 to the last lap, do my best, try to avoid any incidents there are, and, just drive to the last lap. That's what I always tell myself, and I do think that is what has pushed me here to where I am right now.
Well, Charles, it's been a heck of a ride, a heck of a run all season long for you here in the Rising Stars series for Cyber Thunder. Do you think you got what it takes at the end of the day? Do you really think you got what it takes to capture the championship here tonight and maybe possibly end up in the Thursday night series?
Man, with the spread in points right now, it's a little nerve-wracking. I wish it was a little closer so I could feel a little more comfortable, but as I previously stated, I'm going to push until last lap, and the best thing I got to hope for is either a wreck out of Justin Groves or just something to push him to the back. I've got to gain positions on him to win this thing, and even a win in less positions, I'm hoping for the best here.
All right, my man. Well, I know the nerves are working. The time is running down. Qualifying going to be starting here in just the next few minutes. So before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Absolutely. A big shout-out to my family and friends watching here on YouTube and watching here at home as well. So big shout out to family and friends. Spotter in my ear, Nathan Somerville. He guides me every turn of this race throughout this whole season, and I got him here in my ear now for this race. And big shout out to my sponsor, Vet TV. If you don't know, look them up. It's a great streaming service. But I think that's all I got.
All right, my man. Well, good luck out there tonight. Head down, elbows up.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
There you have it, a few final parting words from the driver chasing after his championship hopes here tonight Coming in to the championship race, the RST Timberworks 75, just 8 points behind the man leading it all, the man of the hour, top dog, if you will. Driver of the 199, Justin Gross, sitting on top of the charts in the point standings right now, 8 points ahead of the competition. How you doing out there? Do you got a copy?
10-4.
Hey, my man. Sitting pretty here tonight, 8 points ahead. I say sitting pretty. That's definitely a deficit that can be made up. So how's your mind frame? How's the mind state coming in to tonight's race?
I think it's just all about being consistent. We started the year where we pretty much had 3 DNFs to start the year and just have been chopping and chopping away. So it's good to be looking down instead of looking up at the charts.
Well, my man, you mentioned consistency. And when I look back through some of the stats here, 7 top 5, 7 top 10s. Obviously, the top 10s and 5s matching right there. But the most important one I'm seeing right here, 6 times to victory lane. You have been there more than any other driver throughout the season. How do you feel about tonight? Do you feel that it's almost a must-win for you, or do you think somewhere in that top 3, top 5 may just be good enough?
Yeah, going into the chase, I thought as long as I could stay in the top 3 each of the races, I thought we'd be good. But Charles has stepped it up where he was like top 5, top 10, and it's just been me and him really the last few races. So I don't think really a top 5 will do it, but as long as we stay within the podium and stay within earshot of Charles, I think we can wrap it up today.
All right, Justin. Well, we won't keep you held up much longer. I know you got some other pre-race things that you gotta get done, and then we got qualifying to go. So you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of the card before we let you go?
Yeah, just my family. They're all rooting me on, so always very appreciative of that, and just hope we'll lock it up tonight.
All right, my man. Well, it's been a great run for you all season long. Look to see you in the end of this thing, possibly in victory lane with a championship trophy in hand. So head down, elbows up, and good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
And there you have it, race fans. Driver of that 199, Justin Gross, as I said, sitting 8 points in front of his closest competition. Charles Getting sitting 8 points behind. Christopher Daniel, Brian Dorsey, 27, 28 points back. So a very close battle there for the 3rd and 4th position. Another tight battle for the 5th and 6th positions in the point standings between Paul Taylor and Tyler Beeman. So a few spots yet to be determined here in the season for the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we've got about 2 minutes left here in Happy Hour before we head off in to the VX Network Gaming qualifying session. We'll wait and see who has the fast time here tonight. With that being said, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, pay a few bills. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight.
turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Gotta be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
Backtrack side qualifying now underway. Looks like a few drivers jumping out there on track. The 23. Or I apologize, that's actually the 32 of Chris Wold out there on track right now on his up-to-speed lap. Multiple other drivers also out there on their time laps. Dave Gain fourth, Daniel Diaz, Cole Gray, Brian Dorsey, Justin Gross, your points leader, as well as Charles Gettings. Both of those drivers out there on their time lapse. So I tell you what, let's jump back here. Keep an eye on what's going on with your points leader coming into tonight's race. Let's see where he can shake out, crossing the line this time by. Going to begin lap number 1 here in his qualifying session to try to walk away with the VX Gaming Network. Pole position, Ken, your championship points leader, get the job done here tonight. Bob Rogerton also out there on track. There you see Chris Wold crossing the line first, putting in the first time lap. Quick time, 30:82. Coming by the stripe this time by, looks like Dorsey. Gross gonna slot in third. Rogerson also still out there on track, putting in his time lap. We'll wait for a few more drivers to put down their time lap. There goes Gettings all the way up to the second spot. Gross down into turn number 3 now. Let's see what he can do coming back off of turn number 4 through the tri-oval to the line. Can he improve that 4th spot? Crossing the line. Can he make the jump? Not gonna jump anywhere off of 4. Here comes Gettings. Can he improve up to the top spot? No, not gonna get it right now. Wold sitting on top of the speed charts. 30:82 is the quick time. Dalton Carter out there in his machine, turning his qualifying laps. 53 gonna cross the line, gonna go 6th quickest on the speed charts with his first time lap. Bob Rogerson gonna slot in the 6th spot. Wold walking away with the pole position right now. Charles Gettings sitting in 2nd. Michael Witt 3rd. Brian Dorsey, Justin Gross right there behind him. A little bit of connection issues there for Carter, so we're gonna jump back here as Rogerson ends his time lapse. We'll jump now to the 121 of Christopher Daniels on his time lapse, his first time lap here through 3 and 4. Where can the Coors, K&N Arca Menards, K&N Arca Menards, Chevrolet Impala slot in, crossing the line first time by, gonna go 6th on the speed charts, gonna have to do more than that. 30:92 for his first time lap, just a 10th off of your provisional pole sitter right now. Chris Wold sitting with a 30:82 as the quick time, holding on to that provisional pole. We've still got 4 or 5 drivers down there on pit road yet to take their qualifying laps. Daniel gonna come off of 4 through the tri-oval, cross the stripe. Can he improve? No, he doesn't. Second lap a little bit slower. Looks like Tyler Beeman also out there on his time lap. Jamie Beasley going to bring it to pit road. His qualifying effort is going to come to an end. So we'll jump out there now with Tyler Beeman on his up-to-speed lap. Paul Turner also jumping out there on track for his qualifying attempt as we close in on the halfway point here in tonight's 10-minute qualifying session for the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Season Championship. The RST Timber Works 150. My goodness, already off to a very, very fast pace here tonight. And Wold in that 32 machine sitting on top of the speed charts right now. Provisional pole, quick time, 30.82. Riding with Tyler Beeman. Gonna wait for him to cross the stripe this time by for his first time lap. Where's he gonna slot in? Paul Turner just off in the distance behind him on his first time lap. Beeman gonna cross the stripe fourth fastest with his first time lap. Can he get any more out of it? Just about a tenth off of Chris Wold right now. Turner gonna slot in the sixth spot with his first time lap. Nobody else out there on track. Looks like Patrick Stein, Richard Pruitt, and McNeese all gonna stay on pit road as of right now. And just as I say that, Pruitt looks to be rolling off of pit road. Beeman picks up a little bit of time, but not enough time. Paul Turner gonna cross the line in the 42 machine. Where's he gonna slot in? Gonna keep that sixth spot, so nobody having anything for the quick time of Chris Wold right now leading the field. Provisional pole for Wold. We'll jump back now with Richard Pruitt as he begins his up-to-speed lap. We've still got just about 4 minutes remaining here in qualifying before we'll know who will be your VX Network pole sitter. First time lap here for the 24 machine. Can he get the job done? Where's he gonna slot in? 17 drivers on the speed charts right now. Nobody has anything for your pole sitter right now. Has a 200th, or that's quite a bit really in qualifying. 200ths of a second advantage over the field. Pruitt gonna slot in to the 16th spot with his first time lap, 31.21. Got a lot of ground to, whoa, and there you see it. That's what I was talking about in pre-race, fans. These cars get a little bit sideways coming out of 2 and 4, and that looks like he's going to go ahead and shut it on down. So that's going to bring an end to qualifying here tonight for the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars VX Network. Pole position going to the 32 of Chris Wold. What a job getting the job done. And with just about 2 minutes remaining, we're going to step away, head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's so proudly railed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Field hitting the starting grid. We're ready to fire things off here tonight in the RST Timberworks 150. Walking away with the pole position here tonight, starting inside row number 1. The 32 of Chris Wold just to his outside driver, chasing his championship dreams, the 96 of Charles Gettings. Row number 2, the 26 of Michael Witt, followed by the 91 of Tyler Beeman. The 77 of Dave Sanders in the 42 of Paul Turner will make up row number 3. Row number 4, the 9 of Brian Dorsey, and the 119 of Christopher Daniel. Row number 5 here tonight, the 199 of Justin Groves in the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Row number 6 here, the 29 of Jamie Beasley, and the 53 of Dalton Carter. Starting inside row number 7, the 101 of Dave Gainforth, Brett Edwards just to his outside. Row number 8, Daniel Diaz and Richard Pruitt, Cole Gray, Jerry Isaac, Patrick Stein, and Lynn McNeese round out the field. Chevy Silverado pace truck ready to duck on off. We're ready to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and on the gas, away we go down into turn number 1 for the first time here tonight in the RST Timberworks 150. Hard on the outside. Here comes Gettings looking for the lead off of turn number 2. Your pole sitter falling to the wayside. Wold in some trouble. He's got some hungry wolves right behind him. The 28 looking to the inside has the 91 of Beeman just behind him. Look back at that 77 of Dave Sanders. He's trying to work the inside as Gettings has stepped away from the field. 0.3 of a second race lead already in hand for Gettings. Back down the backstretch for Gettings, field in hand. 0.3 of a second back to your pole sitter. Actually, now Wold falling way off of pace, all the way back now into the 6th spot as Michael Witt, Tyler Beeman, Dave Sanders, and Brian Dorsey all making their way by. Ooh, looks like we had a driver with a little bit of trouble. Christopher Daniel goes off track. Caution coming out here for the first time tonight. We'll take a look back, see if we can't see what happened on a track. Looks like we've got that queued up, so let's go back, see what happened here. Looks like everything seems to be okay right there. We'll take a look back here at Christopher Daniel. There you see him with the trouble. So one more look back here. There you see Daniel already out of shape and in trouble, and another driver. Hard impact right there. Oh my goodness, not sure who that was right there that had that hard impact there with the Daniels, but whoever it was, I believe it may have been Cole Gray. There you can see Gray all tore up. Yes, it was the 44 of Gray with some hard contact. After Daniel got loose there, looked like loose in 3 and 4 and just nowhere to go for that 44 of Gray. Looks like multiple drivers down onto pit road after the first caution here for the RST Timberworks 150. Field going to bring it back to a crawl, slow speed back behind this Chevy Silverado pace truck. And off to a good start, off to a good championship chase is Gettings. Sitting on top of the speed charts right now, leading the race. He's got multiple positions. I'm not sure it's going to be enough just yet. Justin Gross sitting right back there in that 9th spot, but Gettings walking away with some points for leading a lap. Can he add to that bank account, if you will, by leading the most laps? That's going to be yet to determined here tonight. No stages in tonight's race, the RST Timberworks 150 here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And you know, Gettings is doing exactly what you've got to do as a race car driver. When it comes championship time, the teams kind of put it in your hands, and you got to go out there and you got to get the job done. And that is just what he has done. Put it out the side pole for the start of tonight's RST Timberworks 150 and took the race lead by the time he worked his way off of turn number 2. Will he be able to get a good, clean restart? We'll have to wait and see as the Chevy Silverado pace truck lights go out. Field begins to get double file. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing one more time here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track, pretty treacherous, pretty troublesome. Very old surface, very abrasive on the tires, so you got to be very careful. Throttle control, very, very big, very, very important here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drivers are afforded one fast repair. We'll have to wait and see if anybody went ahead and used one of those up. Looks like all the drivers down onto pit road had a little bit of slower stop, so maybe not using that fast repair just yet, but the night is still young. Pace car makes its way off of turn number 4, makes the left-hand turn, waiting. And on the gas, green flag back in the air once again. Race fans underway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Gettings on the inside, has Witt just to his outside. Beeman falling back just a little bit now, challenging for that second spot. Beeman with a good run off of turn number 4. He's going to clear before they get halfway down the backstretch. Put Beeman now into second. Witt falls back to third. Brian Dorsey in the 9 car. He's got to get by the 77. Sanders having a little bit of trouble getting the car going here on this restart. But look, your championship points leader coming into tonight's race, Justin Gross, making a few moves now, knocking on the door of the top 5, looking now to the inside of Sanders. He's going to take that spot away, so put Gross now into the top 5. He's going to try to set his sights on the back end of that 9 machine. Multiple other battles out there on track. Brett Edwards, there you can see him. He's closing in on Sanders. Beasley just behind them. Diaz, Gainforth, Turner, Gray, all right here, all packed up with each other. Not much going on at the front. Beeman slowly closing in on your race leader. Charles Gettings continuing to lead out front here. There you see it, just a car and a half as they work their way off of turn number 2 back down the backstretch, heading in to turn number 3. Race leader Charles Gettings continuing his fast pace, and you gotta wonder how hard these drivers are pushing these tires. will we see a long green flag run? And if we do, what's it gonna say if you burn up these tires here? Everybody knows how much the tire fall off here can be. It can be upwards of a second to a second and a half slower on the lap times with older tires. So will we see some short pits? Will we see some undercuts? Fuel mileage still up in the air for these ARCA Menards K&N drivers. And here you go, Gettings already having to go up the track just a little bit. That's opening the door for that 91 of Tyler Beeman. He has closed the distance right there on his rear bumper, heading down the backstretch now. Field all single file, all pretty much packed up with each other, but still leading the field right now. That 96 of Charles Gettings, he is doing everything he's got to do for his championship hopes. Keeping our eye back there on your points leader heading into tonight's race. Justin Gross still inside the top 5, sitting in that 5th and final spot right now, trying to make up a few spots, trying to make a few positions. We'll look at this battle right here as Gross looks to the bottom of Dorsey. Down through 3 and 4. Can he make the bottom work? A little bit of a twitch and a wiggle off of turn number 4. Looking for the crossover is the 9. Not going to happen. Dorsey going to have the spot taken away. And he's got Chris Wold, your pole sitter, right behind him. Doors going to close on Wold, but now battle back at the front of the field between Beeman and Gettings. And Beeman a little bit sideways off of turn number 2. He's going to give up a little bit of speed right here. Looks like, oh my goodness, Michael Witt with a bit of a moment there as well. Field double file at the front, battling for the race lead. Crossing the line to begin lap number 13 out of the 75 scheduled in the official race distance. Battling at the front of the field, man sitting second in the point standings coming into tonight's race. Charles Gettings leading more laps, only driver to lead any laps here tonight, but Tyler Beeman right there. Driver started in the 4th position here tonight, up 2 spots from where he qualified, running in the 2nd spot, and Beeman looks to want more. Driver running in the 3rd spot right now, your points leader coming into tonight's race by 8 points over Gettings. Justin Gross right there in that 199, trying to get the job done, trying to secure his championship here tonight. And where he runs right now, that would be just enough, even with the extra points for leading a lap, leading the most laps, the race win. Groves would be able to narrowly escape here tonight as the season champion. We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds as more drivers battling out there on track. Lots of battles out there. Chris World, Mike Witt right here battling for position. Michael Witt losing the spot as Wold works the bottom. 26 on that high side, getting freight trained right now. If you open the door, a lot of drivers are going to stick the nose of these K&N machines right in there. And, you know, something we haven't talked about yet, race fans, here tonight in these K&N Chevy Impalas is the bump draft, the bump and run, if you will, made famous back in the heydays of NASCAR. A little bit of a bump and run into turn number 3, more than likely. Well, these are the type of cars that you've got to be a little more careful with that bump and run. You could end up really destroying the driver in front of you tonight, and that could just happen to take you out here as well. We have seen Atlanta produce multiple big-time wrecks as Tyler Beeman looks to the inside once again on Gettings, and Gross losing a position to Dorsey. Dorsey showing some speed here, maybe saving a little bit of the tires, and now looking to make the pass, and here comes Chris Wold back to the front. Battle for the race lead still going on lap after lap. Tyler Beeman has tried to take the spot away, but Gettings not letting him do it. utilizing that high, wide, and handsome, that famous Harry Gant line up there through 1 and 2. Gets a great launch down the backstretch. Has a 4 race car advantage by the time they hit 3 and 4. Now back through the tri-oval. Once again, leading the race comfortably is Gettings. Battle still on track. Man, I tell you, they're everywhere right now. There you can see the long train, the long snake of cars, if you will, as everybody tries to just regather some composure. A few drivers slipping some spots here. Justin Gross falling outside of the top 5 into the 6th spot, and that is dangerously close to where Gettings needs to be as far as point differential. And oh my goodness, did you see Gross getting really loose after a push by Bob Rogerson coming off of turn number 4. Rogerson going to continue that momentum down into 1 and 2, but now back on the outside is Gross trying to take that 199 back into the 6th spot. Rogerson going to use that inside lane, the shortest way around the track. Maybe not necessarily always the fastest, but this time by it's going to work out through the center of 3 and 4. He gets a great launch back onto the gas and walks away from Justin Groves. Oh, and looks like just in front of these drivers, a little bit of a moment there for Chris Wold right in front of Bob Rogerson. Almost contact between himself and Michael Witt. Nothing going on at the front of the field. Still a half a second race advantage for Charles Gettings. Tyler Beeman right there in second has Brian Dorsey closing the distance on him. It's going to be a battle for the 2nd spot as they work their way back through the tri-oval, crossing the line. Lap 22 now underway. These drivers closing in on the halfway point here very, very soon, putting down a torrent pace here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the RST Timberworks 150, continuing to lead here tonight. Driver chasing his championship hopes and dreams, doing what he's got to do. That's leading all of the laps so far here tonight. All 22 completed laps belong to that 96 of Charles Gettings. Gonna look through the timing and scoring. Another close battle going on right here. Excuse me, going on right here. That 199 of Justin Gross. He seems to be struggling a little bit here. Now falling just outside of the top 10. Running in the 11th spot, in danger of now falling back into the clutches of a few of the back markers here. Running now in 12th, 13th position. Dave Sanders right there all over his bumper here in just a moment, as Lynn McNeese started last in tonight's race. Biggest mover so far, up 9 positions, knocking on the door of a top 10 after making the pass on Justin Gross that last time by. Other action on track, Richard Pruitt passing Dalton Carter for the 17th position. Carter losing another position as Isaac goes by as well. Carter fighting back, getting right back by Pruitt, so a good battle going on back here. We'll take a look. There you see it as it slowly starts to calm down. Drivers with a little bit of connection issues, so we'll jump back up here with a little bit of a closer battle involving the 44 of Cole Gray, the 84 of Lynn McNeese, and Dave Gainforth in that 101 just in front of Gray right now, heading into turn 3 and 4. Drivers in the front of the field starting to get themselves a little bit of gap, a little bit of breathing room. No breathing room right here as the 84 looks to the inside, heading into turn number 1. The 84 of McNeese looks to make the pass on Gray. The 44 struggling to make it work on the high side. Gonna pull the pass by the time they work their way off of 2, halfway down the backstretch. Now back into turn number 3. The 101 of Dave Gainforth struggling a little bit on speed there through 3 and 4. You can see just what a big run the 84 of McNeese had there. And Gainforth now in the danger of losing that 9th position as McNeese, he is on a tear through the field, up 11 spots from where he started tonight's race, now running in the 9th position. back at the front of the field. This man right here has been on it since the drop of the green flag. Took over the race lead by the time they worked their way off of turn number 2 on lap number 1 and has not looked back since. Had a great restart after our first and only caution here tonight and has continued to dominate and lead tonight's race, making his championship hopes come alive here tonight in the RST Timberworks 150 on the turn 3 Racing Network. Gonna check a little bit further back in the field. Here we go. Battle for the 2nd through 5th position. Brian Dorsey, Michael Witt, Chris Wolden, Tyler Beeman all battling for position on track. These 4 drivers all nose to tail, and just like that, Brett Edwards in the 145, he's going to put his name in the hat. Driver running in the 6th spot now, closing the distance right there just off of the back end of this 4-car group, now make it a 5-car group. Another half a second or more back to the driver running in the 7th spot. There you can see Bob Rogerson having a little bit of a moment working through 3 and 4. Beasley just behind him. And here comes McNeese. McNeese trying to take over the 8th spot now. Drivers continue close, tight, and knit racing all over this racetrack here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the RST Timberworks 150. Brian Dorsey taking over the 2nd position on track now. Mike Witt trying to take that spot back. Your pole sitter Chris Wold sitting right there now back in the 4th position. Wold at one point in time fell outside of the top 10, but has since regained some momentum and regained some ground. Back just inside the top 5, running in that 4th spot. Brett Edwards now going to round out your top 5 as Tyler Beeman slowly losing some ground here. Beeman was very fast, was right there battling for the race lead for multiple laps. May have just wore out the tires. We may see some drivers starting to fall off the pace as now the 9 slow through 1 and 2, gets up into the outside wall, gonna slow his momentum down. He's gonna lose a little bit of ground. Now the 52 closing in, closing the distance. Brett Edwards trying to get the job done, trying to make a pass, trying to improve his top 5 position. Oh my, look at this Sunday drive here tonight, New Year's Eve. And this Rising Star and the Cyber Thunder Rising Star Series looking to capture the championship here tonight. And he had set sail on the field. Charles Gettings enjoys a 2.5 second race advantage, working his way off of turn number 4 back across the stripe. Closing the distance on the halfway point here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. It has been a very fast night here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Championship night. It's the RST Timberworks 150. Charles Gettings continues to lead the race. All 34 laps belong to this man chasing his championship hopes and dreams. Running in the 2nd position here, you can see now Michael Witt taking that 2nd spot away moments ago. He leads your pole sitter Chris Wold, gaining 1 more position back. Wold slowly making his way back up through the field in that Boise State's K&N Arca Menards Chevy Impala, now back inside the top 3 spots. So Wold improving, trying to get back up there and possibly lead a lap after walking away with the VX Gaming Network pole position. Driver just behind Wold. Brett Edwards making a great run here tonight. Also up a ton of spots here tonight, up 10 spots from where he started tonight's race. So Edwards having a great run. Brian Dorsey just behind him in the 9. And oh my goodness, where did McNeese go? The 84 of McNeese, big time issues off of turn number 4, flashing across the screen. He's going to lose a few spots, regain composure, regain his momentum, keep his car slotted in the 8th spot right now. McNeese is your biggest mover in the race, up 12 spots from where he qualified. Drivers back down the backstretch, still green flag as we continue here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Lap 37 underway, 38 now beginning as Charles Giddings continues to try to separate himself from the field. 2.52 seconds separate your top 2 drivers. Multiple drivers battling for position here. You can see the 52 and the 26 battling for second and third. Or I apologize, that is actually third and fourth. That's a battle between Brett Edwards and Chris Wold. Looking through timing and scoring, looking at the fast laps, we are already about 2.5 seconds off of the quick time set here tonight. Fastest lap here tonight being held by Charles Giddings, a 30.97. Last time by, your race leader ran a 32.89, so that is almost a full 2-second fall off for your fastest driver on track. And that is going to spell some trouble. And who's willing to drop down pit road early, possibly take advantage of some fresher tires? Lynn McNeese, he's enjoying the old tires because now knocking on the door of a top 5 is that 84 of McNeese, looking to the inside of Rogerson down the back stretch. Can McNeese get the job done? There you can see that 78 just off to in the distance. Gonna be right there by the time they work their way off of turn number 4. The 91 of Tyler Beeman struggling to get the car back up inside the top 5. Beeman was right there battling for the race lead multiple laps earlier in tonight's race. And then while I looked through the timing and scoring, we had multiple drivers come down pit road on that initial caution on lap number 3. So we have a few drivers that are able to make it quite some distance here tonight. And oh my goodness, seeing something here, and it looks like sneakily somebody has been on and off pit road, but they are being scored 1 lap down, and that is, or was, coming into tonight's race, your points leader, Justin Gross in the 199. Looks like he's split tonight's race, coming to pit road on lap number 35. So look for him to try to use those fresh tires to his advantage. There you can see that 199, fresh, clean air, nobody around him, so he's able to put down fast laps here as he is about getting close to a 2 seconds faster than the race leader right now. So he is absolutely gaining time here as he has already been on and off pit road. Looks like Richard Pruitt on and off of pit road, making his way off of pit road now, rejoining the race. Pruitt with his pit stop done and over with as well. So we'll rejoin the front of the field back up here with your race leader as he continues to pick them up and put them down. We're working lap number 44 out of the 75 scheduled in the official race distance. Green flag pit stop cycle has already begun. 20 drivers took to tonight's RST Timberworks 150, the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Championship night. We've still got all 20 drivers out there running on track, 17 drivers on the lead lap as more cars come to pit road. Sanders, Gray, Dorsey, all hit pit road. This time by on lap number 45. When will your race leader come as he continues to give up time to these drivers down onto pit road for the fresh tires, giving up ton of time right now to his championship rival, if you will, Justin Gross, already down to pit road about 10 laps ago, so the time's starting to slowly fall off for Gross, but still about a second and a half faster than your race leader. Gettings right there on screen, working his way off of turn number 2 with a massive lead here, and that's going to let him stretch this first stint on out a little bit further if he wants. He's got a gap that he can play with, and he will have amazingly fresher tires over the drivers around him. But will it be enough to overcome the short pit, the undercut that has been attempted here by Justin Gross and multiple other drivers, as more down onto pit road, that time by Chris Wool. Dave Gainforth as well as Patrick Steen comes to pit road. Stein down and away off of pit road. Gainforth now into his box. Looks like Wool now into his box as well. Their pit stops underway. Race leader continues to stay out there on track. Lap number 48 now underway. Over halfway here tonight, so you can go ahead and lock up those most lap led bonus points for this 96 of Gettings, and he is doing, race fans, I know I've said it multiple times out here tonight, he is doing exactly what you have got to do as a race car driver. As your leader breaks for pit road, will anybody come with him? That is right there behind him. There you see, going off in the distance, getting his lap back, as McNeese going to bring it to pit road, as well as Beasley. And Beasley on the binders, and around he goes. Contact with the inside wall for Beasley. Tough break for him. We'll take a look back now. I tell you what, let's go out there with Gross, as he seems to be one of the fastest drivers out there on track right now on the older tires. Gross onto pit road back at lap number 35. So onto pit road at least 10 to 15 laps sooner than his competition. But will the undercut work? Will it work out? I'm just not sure. More drivers having to come to pit road. Daniel Diaz, Christopher Daniel, as well as Dalton Carter. All three of those drivers were on to pit road back at lap number 3. So they're able to stretch it just a little bit further. But Gross has been able to make the jump. He has passed not just Charles Gathers, but he has also passed Brett Edwards and Brian Dorsey. So Gathers losing a little bit here on the green flag pit cycle, but as I said, he's got the freshest tires, at least 3 lap fresher tires than the drivers in front of him. Brett Edwards with a pit stop back on lap 45. Your early race leader, man on screen right here, the 96 of Charles Gettings, was on to pit road on lap number 48, so it threw a 3-lap difference on tires for those two. That may not be that significant, but the lap difference between the man on screen right here that has somehow pulled it off here with the undercut, as we take 25 laps to go. Running in the second position here down the backstretch, but Daniel Diaz still having to hit pit road, and it looks like Diaz going to bring it to pit road this time by. And no, Diaz going to stay out on track. There he is, trying to make it to pit road, was not able to get it woe down. Missing pit road was Diaz. And look at the race advantage that Gross has got. After pitting 10 laps before anybody else, he has got a 6-second advantage over his championship rival, early race leader, Charles Gettings. As Gettings, man, he is lightning quick out there right now. As Diaz able to get to pit road this time by, so all the drivers on and off pit road for their one and only green flag stop here tonight in the RST Timber Works 150 for the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Series Season Championship here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Do want to take a moment to say Thank you to each and every one of you joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether you're the casual friend, fan, family, or just, your regular stopper buyer. We do appreciate each and every one of you stopping by here tonight. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you out there watching you. Without you, there's no us, so we appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. Hope the new year is going to be a fantastic one for you, as well as we look forward to some great things in 2021. Looking forward to grabbing a championship just at the end of 2020 to set things off right for 2021. Your race leader, your points leader coming into tonight's race, the 199 of Justin Groves, continues to lead now for, I believe this is about his 5th or 6th lap led, taking control over the race after the green flag pit cycle, and Charles Gettings, leading the most laps of the race, finds himself with a deficit to make up. Gettings now just 2 seconds off of your race leader. That time has dropped from upwards of 6 seconds after the green flag pit cycle. Gettings has absolutely chopped that race lead away. In doing so, that has brought him right here. Excuse me, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. And cutting that lap time down, he has caught the drivers in front of him, making the pass for the 3rd place now. Put Gettings back into the podium spots, but that's not going to be enough. He's going to have to get up there and take the race lead away from Justin Groves, and hopefully Brett Edwards, maybe Brian Dorsey, Michael Witt, they can get their machines dialed in late run here and try to go up there and make a pass on Justin Groves. And here you see Brett Edwards all over that rear bumper, all over the rear deck lid now off of turn number 4. And here comes Gettings. We're going to have a battle for the race lead. 3 cars now make it just a 2-car battle as Gettings has made his way by Edwards. Edwards falling back to the 3rd spot, just looking to see what happens between these 2 championship contenders. And when you say the cream rises to the top, look at this race, fans. Your top 2 drivers coming into tonight, trying to chase down their championship dreams, running 1 and 2 side by side that last time by, but now the advantage goes to Gettings. He's going to look to set sail as Gross, feeling the effects of those much older tires after pitting way back on lap number 35, 10 laps sooner than any other drivers that are around him. And those 10 lap older tires are really showing some wear now as Gross falls back to the 3rd spot, and if he is not careful, Michael Witt, as well as Liam McNeese right here, 5th, 6th position. These drivers may be able to go up there and put themselves in between Groves and Gettings, and that is just what Gettings needs as he has stepped away. There you see the race advantage, 15 laps to go, and Gettings back to the point. Charles Gettings, after looking like he could have handed this thing away, has begun to walk back away from the field. Race advantage now upwards of, or knocking on the door, I should say, of the 1 second mark for the driver in that 96 machine. Charles Gettings doing all he can for his championship hopes and dreams, and that's leading the most laps, leading a lap, the most laps, and the most important one here coming up in just another 13 laps. Can he walk away with the race win, and will that be enough to give him the championship trophy? We'll have to wait and see. As, oh my goodness, there it is, out of the top 10, down on the apron. Looks like the night's gonna come to an end for the driver of that 199, Justin Gross, off pace after a little bit of an incident. Oh no, we'll take a look back here with the replay, see what we can't see what happened to Justin. There you see trackside with Justin Gross, gets into the outside wall, tries to save it. Oh, slight contact with the inside wall, and that is more than likely going to put an end to the championship run for Gross. Tough break here, late goings. Car gets out from under him, and around he goes into the inside concrete retaining wall, and that's gonna put the championship right in the hands of this driver right here, halfway down the backstretch. 11 laps to go. All Gettings has got to do is just bring it on home, because Brett Edwards, Lynn McNeese, they're battling for second and third on track right now. So just another 10 laps, just another slow and steady. Don't mind the slow part there, but just nice, easy, clean laps out of the driver in that 96, is all his crew chief and spotter are saying to him right now, relaying the gaps to their driver. 1.8 seconds. We have some time to play with. Be smart. Hit your marks. Let's bring this thing home in one piece and walk away in fashion, winning the championship and winning the race. Let's see if he can get it done for another 9 laps as battle on track right here. This is the closest battle on track. Battle for position second and third on track. Brett Edwards there, you can see just in front of that 84 of Lynn McNeese. McNeese starting way back in the field here tonight, starting back in the 20th position. Tail end Sally of the field, and now up into the podium spot, now running in the third position, looking for more. Can he get the job done? Side by side battle for the race lead. McNeese trying to make it work off of 2. Still side by side between McNeese and Edwards, as McNeese does have the advantage now, working their way off of 4, but loose. You can see that 84 getting sideways, working his way off of turn number 4, as the drivers now close in on the final few laps. 7 laps remaining for your race leader. There he is, front of the field, 2.6 second advantage. Came into tonight's race sitting second in the points, 8 points out of the championship. Has visited victory lane 3 times so far this year, has been Mr. Consistent. 11 top 10s, 9 top 5s throughout the season. Very consistent laps here tonight, all over where his qualifying time was, and not really falling off very much lap to lap. So his lap times are all over each other as well. Just very, very consistent here tonight as well, all throughout the race. Great pit stop by him and his crew down there as well. 14.6 seconds here tonight for the one and only time on pit road for the race leader. And can he get the job done? High 5 last time by for these drivers. Just 5 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Cyber Thunder Rising Stars Season Championship, the RST Timberworks 150. little bit of house cleaning as we close in on the end of tonight's race. We started tonight with 20 drivers on the starting grid. We have still got all 20 drivers out there running on track. 13 remain on the lead lap. Christopher Daniel right there running in the 13th spot. Last car on the lead lap, Daniel Diaz being scored the first car, 1 lap down in the 4th spot, crossing the line this time by race leader, gets the 3 to go as he continues his quest for the championship. And what better way to secure it than walking away with a race win? His closest competitor driver sitting at the top of the speed chart, on top of the point standings coming into tonight's race, having a very rough go late in tonight's RST Timberworks 150. Justin Gross back in the 19th position, 4 laps down, and I don't have the stats, but I believe that has done his championship hopes and dreams in. And I believe you are looking at your season champion for the Rising Stars here in the Cyber Thunder League on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. As the 96 works his way off of turn number 4, he'll get the 1 to go. White flag, final lap here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, back into turn number 1 for the final time. No problems, no issues. Sunday drive back around for the man that has pretty much dominated tonight's race. Charles Giddings doing everything he had to do except walk away with the pole here tonight. But you might as well gave him that. Took over the race lead at the end of turn number 2, lap number 1, and walking away with the race win. And just possibly the season championship, getting the job done. The man of the hour. My. What a run. Driver of that 96. There you see a little bit of love being shown to him by the 42. A little bit of congratulations bump there. My gosh, what a great race here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll let Giddings enjoy the celebration, walking away with the race win. And as I said, very well may have clinched the championship with his 4th race win of the season, right when he needed it here on championship night. As we watch Giddings enjoying his race win, his victory, we're going to get things set to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. back track side after the conclusion of the RST Timberworks 150 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My goodness, what a great race it was. And man, oh man, if the championship couldn't have got any better at the end of this thing here tonight. Man, coming down to some of the final few laps, the championship was not decided until the final 25 laps, but walking away with the race win. There you see him, the man on screen, the man of the hour, and we'll see if we can't catch in a word with your race winner, getting the job done, 4th time here this season into victory lane and possibly securing that championship. Man, Charles, you've got to be feeling good inside that 96 machine.
Man, I'm feeling good. Let me first say that the nerves are gone now.
I don't know. I mean, you said you had nerves, but I don't know that they ever showed here tonight. You put it outside pole in your qualifying attempt. Then by the time you exited turn number 2, you were already in the race lead and never looked back, except for when you hit pit road for your fuel and tires. Were you playing possum at all pre-race, or was the car just that surprisingly good?
I think my car was perfect the way I needed it. Like I told you before this race started, and I kept my word to you, Dave, I was going, excuse my language, but balls to the wall from lap 1 to lap 75, and that's what I did.
I mean, that's exactly what you did. You came off of pit road after that green flag pit stop, upwards of 8 seconds behind the race lead. You chopped that down like it was nothing, and then walked away to a decent advantage as well there in the final few laps. Man, how good does this really feel here? You seem pretty calm to be a guy that just won the race and just won the championship doing it.
Yeah, man, I don't know how I'm talking calm with the biggest smile on my face, but I'm doing it, man. Yeah, the green flag pit stops were it honestly blew my mind, because I'm not sure how Justin Groves got such a huge lead off of the green flag pit stops, but I know that he pitted super early, and if I was in his mind, I think his mindset was that he wanted to pit early and hope for a caution there, but it didn't happen, and I just had to chase him down, and in between me and Justin, I had to squeeze through a few positions as well. I think one other guy was right there with me and Justin when we were all battling for the lead, and I had to cut it to the inside. I like the nice little inside block Justin gave me there, but surprisingly on Atlanta, I know how to run that outside too, so I took the pass on the outside for the lead and kept pulling away as I could.
Well, again, my man, you did everything you had to do here tonight. Coming into tonight's race, sitting 8 points behind in the championship standings. You led a lap. You led the most laps. You walked away with the race win. I mean, you did everything a driver has to do, so the crew, the spotters, everybody around you has got to be satisfied and happy with the job you've done here tonight. I think you did a hell of a job out there dominating the way that you did here tonight. But before we let you go celebrate and enjoy the race win and the championship here, you want to give any more shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on the side of that car?
Absolutely. I want to shout out to all my friends, Facebook friends that are here watching on YouTube now. I know I had some friends out there that said they were going to watch. I think I saw a few in chat when I checked before a race. I love seeing people cheering me on. My family here watching at home. My newborn here, I know he's sitting there chilling with my wife, just cheering me on. My spotter, Nathan Somerville, again, man, does everything I need in my ears throughout this whole race. And you here in the booth, Dave, I appreciate the broadcast. I love it. I'm going to go back and watch it first chance I get. And big shout out to my sponsor, Vet TV. They helped pave this road for me here.
Well, man, you're not going to get away that easy. I want one more thing out of you before you head on out into the sunset. I want you to go ahead and give us some more of that final race-winning, season championship-winning celebration. Go ahead and burn that 96 down and enjoy it, my man. Heck of a job.
Sir.
Wish you the best.
Awesome. Appreciate it, Dave.
There you have it. Final words from your race winner, your championship winner, your season champion right there, burning it down here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Cyber Thunder's Rising Stars. Man, what a race night it was. Getting the job done out there on track all night long was the driver sitting right there. Good look back at him in the cockpit, burning that thing on down here tonight. There you can see him walking away with the race win as well as the season championship here tonight, the 96 of Charles Gettings. And oh, there it goes, engine blown, engine popped. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get to some of the official business here tonight for the RST Timberworks 150. And it looks like just like that, yeah, producers hitting buttons in the background. You know what that sound is. You know what that means. Race fans, it's time to run down your unofficial race results for tonight. They look a little something like this, walking away with the race win in the season championship, the 96 of Charles Gettings. Walking away with a great finish here today after starting Shotgun Sally on the field. Finishing in the second spot, the 84 of Lynn McNeese. Michael Witt gonna round out the podium spots here tonight in the third spot. Brett Edwards coming home in fourth. The 91 of Tyler Beeman walking away in fifth. Brian Dorsey bringing his 9 home in the sixth spot. Dave Gainforth gonna finish in seventh. Dave Sanders right there in the 77 gonna walk away in eighth. Cole Gray in ninth. Rounding out your top 10, your pole sitter for tonight's RST Timber 150 here from Atlanta Motor Speedway was the driver of the 32, Chris Wold. Patrick Steen gonna finish in the 11th spot. Christopher Daniel brings the 119 home in 12th. Richard Pruitt walking away in 13th. Daniel Diaz coming home in 14th. Jamie Beasley brings the 29 home in 15th. Paul Turner in 16th. 17th goes to the 78 of Bob Rogerson. Jerry Isaacs brings his 151 home in the 18th position here tonight. 19th goes to the man that was chasing his championship. Came into tonight's race leading the points by 8 points. A little bit of late race troubles, finds himself 4 laps down and in the 19th spot. Hopes and dreams championship down the drain for Justin Gross. Finishing in the 20th and final spot here tonight, driver of the 53 machine, Dalton Carter. And that is going to finish it for the rundown for tonight's unofficial race results. If you haven't already, race fans, throw these drivers a thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Whether you're the friend, family, fan, we appreciate each and every time you stop by here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, have yourselves a great holiday. Happy New Year, everyone. We'll see you next year down in Turn 3.